Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Tom Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. This is episode 278 of the Music Mondays podcast. Actually, a special Memorial Day edition is live, my friends. So we are chilling. We are live and in color. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good long weekend, actually. Um, I know I definitely did for sure. Definitely get some rest and relaxation in for sure, but we're live, my friends. This is episode 278 of the Music Mondays podcast. So, let's dive in. Let's talk about quite a few things, actually. So, we're going to talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple weeks. We're going to do weekly recap stuff. We're going to talk about what you missed here at Music Mondays over the last week or so. And then we're going to talk some recruiting stuff. We're going to talk SoundCloud exclusive stuff and all that good jazz. So, let's dive into it. Per usual, let's dive into the weekly recap first. And let's talk about what you potentially missed here at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. So, let's dive in. Weekly recap stuff. So, per usual, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are available and in stock right now. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges. $20 including shipping, flat rate. Obviously, exclusive to the United States, so that way you guys don't get kind of roasted on shipping costs, right? But again, we do have basic logo t-shirts available and in stock right now. So again, send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email if you'd like to have one of those shipped out to you. So, outside of that, every single Tuesday following the live show, we do upload the Music Mondays podcast on the Music Mondays Patreon for all of you guys to clip, download, record, or anything like that. So if you're interested in the high quality version of the Music Mondays podcast over there on our Patreon, that is available every single Tuesday following the live show. Then, of course, we cap off Tuesday as well with the submissions opening for the next week's show. So, again, if you'd like to submit for episode 279 of the Music Mondays podcast, submissions will be live on May 26th, 2026. So, that's Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do open every single Wednesday. So again, if you're interested in getting involved in our weekly SoundCloud playlist, that does open every single Wednesday. So again, make sure you follow us on social media and stay up to date with all of our submissions. And then of course, we do cap off Wednesday with a little bit of Music Mondays audio podcast promo for the following day, because every single Thursday we do launch the Music Mondays podcast on all audio platforms. So again, just keep that in mind. So a relatively stacked Wednesday for sure. Let's see. Outside of that, heading a little deeper into Thursday. Episode 277 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on the Music Mondays, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all that good jazz. So again, if you're interested in the audio version, that does drop every single Thursday. So again, definitely go check that out and go shout out some love. And huge shout out to everybody that did submit and tune in to episode 207. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Thank you. So, let's see. Heading even deeper into Thursday, a brand new YouTube upload is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, where last week I kind of broke down why artists need an escape and things like that, and kind of talking about locations and, you know, kind of being inspired in other places, right? So that's definitely a really cool segment. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. That's definitely a banger piece by us if you missed that segment last week for episode 277. So that is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. So, that was Thursday. Heading into Friday, a brand new article is live right now on the Music Mondays homepage that was written by me. I kind of dove into some rare Reddit lore, actually. So again, a banger piece is up by me right now, so definitely go check that out if you missed that over the weekend. In short, that's definitely a very interesting piece. So if you're interested, definitely go check that out. But a brand new article is live right now by me as well. So that was Friday. Heading into Saturday, episode 277 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, if you prefer the YouTube version, you want to go throw it up in the background or anything like that, you want to go screen record it or stuff like that, that is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. And huge shout out to everybody that did submit to episode 277. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Thank you. That was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 240 is available right now on the Music Monday SoundCloud. That was curated by me, and the cover art was also done by me as well. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit to SoundCloud Sunday. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Thank you. Again, like I always say, man, SoundCloud Sunday is fucking bumping recently for some reason, and obviously we're not complaining, right? So again, if you're ever interested in submitting for SoundCloud Sunday, submissions do open every single Wednesday on our Twitter as well. So again, make sure you follow us on socials and stay up to date when our submissions do go live for SoundCloud Sunday. So that was Sunday. Heading into today, that's Monday. That is pretty much your weekly recap. That's everything major that you missed at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. Again, I do update you guys weekly on the show every single Monday. So make sure you tune in and stay up to date with everything that you miss here at Music Mondays. So, that's weekly recap stuff. What are we diving into? What's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple of weeks? So, again, having some really good conversations with the Music Monday staff team about the future of Music Mondays, but also Cyberfest 3 as well, even more kind of in greater detail, right? So, Cyberfest 3 is being worked on in the background. That's pretty much our big project as far as like everything major goes. Because again, following that, we're gonna be diving into a few other things when it comes down to album stuff, and the Music Mondays Awards are gonna be coming up, faster than we realize, right? So, lots of stuff on the back end, but as far as what's current, Cyberfest 3 is still in the works, and that's something that we're kind of working on as a group in the background, right? Outside of that, your monthly and weekly content will be staying the same. So as far as of course, the podcast, SoundCloud Sunday, articles, things like that, your YouTube uploads, all that stuff will be staying the same. So nothing changing on that front. And like I always say, a lot of the older pieces will be coming back as well. So some of our other SoundCloud playlists when it comes down to the monthly Underground Classics, Across the Pond, and then of course some of our YouTube uploads when it comes down to Feature Friday, Workshop Wednesday, and things like that. So be on the lookout for a lot of our older segments to return. That's definitely a positive. But like I said, outside of that, nothing super major. Kind of changing. Here, closing out May, we're kind of putting the finishing touches on Cyberfest 3 stuff. So that's pretty much that. And like I always say, I update you guys weekly here on the show. So if you ever want immediate updates, make sure you tune into the Music Mondays podcast. So outside of that, that's pretty much everything major coming over the course of the next couple of weeks or so for sure. Yeah, nothing else crazy. So let's dive into recruiting as well. Yes, Music Mondays is recruiting, so we are on the hunt for all of our Music Mondays staff roles. Again, if you're a writer, journalist, curator, designer, you want to do short form content, you want to do long form content, or any type of content for Music Mondays, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to get you on the Music Mondays staff team and have that conversation with you. Again, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM. Resume totally preferred, but not required. If you're kind of new to the underground independent media space and you want to learn and things like that, we're definitely happy to teach you the ropes as well. So again, like I said, send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. So, outside of that, again, Music Mondays is recruiting, but following that, we are on the hunt for exclusives. So again, if you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays SoundCloud, and of course across all of our social media, or completely free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to get that hosted up for you. Again, we're only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. If you want to go put it on DSPs or anything like that, that's completely fine. But we're only interested in the SoundCloud version. Same goes for YouTube as well. If you have an AMV, music video, lyric video, even if you just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel of over 340 subscribers, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to get that hosted up for you as well. Like I said before, we're only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. If you want to go put on DSPs or anything like that, that's completely fine, but we're only interested in the unreleased YouTube or SoundCloud version. So, outside of that, my friends, let's continue on. I think we're good to go. So, one other thing that I wanted to discuss before we kind of dive into submissions here is community feedback. I had realized that we did not do one for May. So again, this is our monthly segment here on the show where we give you guys the opportunity to kind of tell us what you want to see here at Music Mondays. Not only just on the podcast, right, but also when it comes down to our website and our social media and things like that. So again, a lot of you know that we have a pretty tight roadmap and we have definitely no shortage of topics to kind of dive into. But we always want to give the Music Mondays community an opportunity to kind of voice their opinions and let us know what they'd like to see here on the show and on the website and things like that. Again, when it comes down to underground tips and tricks, that's great. You want to see us kind of hash a topic. You want to, see us kind of dive into certain things. That's completely fine. Even if I'm not qualified to speak on it, we're always willing to kind of bring somebody here on the show that is qualified to speak on certain topics, right? So again, community feedback number 33, I believe this will be actually. So this will be uploaded on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So make sure you comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see here at Music Mondays. Again, not only just on the show, but on the website in general, on Music Mondays in general, right? So leave us a comment, send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. And again, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We do upload 2 times per week, every single Thursday, every single Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love every day. Let's get it. Already have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Excellent. Always love that segment, my friends. Always love that segment. So, you guys know the drill, man. Let's go hop over to Twitter and let's go take a peek at what we have for submissions tonight. Let's go bop over here. Let's see what we got. So, you guys know the drill. Submissions are always in the same format every single week, and they always read. Artists and creative submissions are open for live reviews of Music Mondays, live on May 25th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SeanPlays, which is here and now. Again, the only thing that does change about this is the overall date. So again, make sure that you're submitting for a show that hasn't happened yet, right? Because you guys would be surprised. We do get submissions for shows that, are months old, years old, and things like that. So make sure that you're submitting for a show that hasn't happened yet. Outside of that, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creation, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So again, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from, obviously, music, instrumentals, covers, acoustic versions, remixes, photography, videography, music videos, unreleased music, you name it, we've reacted to it, right? So feel free to kind of drop your links and portfolios below if you feel like you deserve some spotlight here at Music Mondays, right? Outside of that, we do have a 3-hour show limit. Again, keep that in mind. We are one of the only live shows here on Twitch every single Monday. So again, we like to keep the show a little bit more palatable and keep it maxed out at 3 hours, right? So at least that way it's a little bit easier to watch back. Again, one could argue that a 3-hour show is still pretty hefty to watch back, but compared to some of our earlier shows where we used to do, like, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours, man, like 3 hours is definitely appropriate for sure. So again, keep that in mind. Outside of that, submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. Again, submissions are free. They always have been. They always will be. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit, because that not only helps spread our message and grow our platform, right? But then again, you pay respect to everybody else that does wait for all their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. And of course, you gain access to a wonderful, wide range of very, very talented artists and creatives, right? So, kind of a win-win for sure. But outside of that, one other thing that we do got to mention is Patreon subscriber submissions are played first every single week here on the show. So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether that be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to a whole bunch of goodies over there on the Music Mondays Patreon. But we also a guarantee for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon. We'll have all of your submissions played first every single week here on the show. So that's the perk of the Music Mondays Fast Pass. So again, huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays patrons, past and present. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Thank you. We appreciate you. Outside of that, one other thing that we do got to mention is submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, keep that in mind. You have roughly 6.5 or so days to get your submissions in. But a good rule of thumb is that if the show is already live, submissions are definitely closed. Again, that just helps kind of keep a more organic order, so that way somebody doesn't kind of submit and cut somebody off that was waiting for their submissions to be reacted to and things like that, right? So, again, you have roughly 6.5 or so days to get your submissions in, so plenty of time, for sure, plenty of time. But outside of that, if you'd like any more information on the Music Mondays podcast, we do have a how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, where I kind of dive into the show in a little bit more detail. I talk about the lore, I talk about why we take submissions on Twitter and things like that. So if you'd like to go check that out, that did just get updated for 2026. So definitely go check that out on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Let's get it, baby. So outside of that, I think we're good to go. We got TDG in the chat. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Got some new mixing plugins. Get ready. It's a game changer. Oh, shit. All right. Let's get down to it, my friends. Let's get down to it. So you guys know the drill. Let's see how many Patrons we do have tonight, and then we'll kick off in the regular order. So, actually, we have a brand new Patreon tonight. The homies over at Candela, man, they actually are brand new Music Mondays Patreon, so we will kick off the show with them tonight, for sure. So that's one, and they submitted a track titled Control. And then we have, let's see here, we have TDG, that's 2. We have Ghost, that's 3, and we have Jordan, that's 4. So 4 Patreons tonight, man. I'm down. I'm down. Absolutely. 4 Patreons tonight. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. All right, so we're going to kick off with the brand new homies over at Candela Brum. I'm down. And they submitted a track titled Control. I believe this is their first submission on the show. We might have added them to SoundCloud Sunday, I believe, but I don't think we've reacted to them here on the show yet. So brand new Patreon, brand new submission. Let's get into it. And like I said, they submitted a track titled Control, but their caption, fresh from my new album released today, Overstimulated. This track is called Control. It's about addiction and substance abuse. I'm down. Let's get into it. Absolutely down. Hold up. Let's get this quick pause here. All right. So this is from Overstimulated. 12-track project. This is track number 9. Number 9. Okay. Let's get into it. Holy shit.
Seeking numbness to slowly spread. The pain just burrows in your head. Deal with the source instead. If you're truly numb, you're truly dead. You can't drown it or run away with substances they make today. Hear what your heart wants to say. Dancing with death is not the way. Out of control. What gets you losing your cool? What makes you act like a fool? Live without rules. What reigns when you let go? Stay in control. Don't give in. Keep command of your soul. Escape won't make you feel whole. It takes a toll. It might not let you go.
What the fuck?
God will quiet your desperate thoughts. He has what you've always sought. Yield to his will and you will find his love, his power, and a sound mind. Out of control. What gets you losing your cool? What makes you act like a fool? Live without rules. What reigns when you let go? Stay in control. Don't give in. Keep command
Wow.
of your soul. Escape won't make you feel whole. It takes a toll. It might not let you go.
The production is like actually fucking crazy.
Align yourself with the sovereign Lord. Arm yourself with the living word. Don't lose control of what you do or say, lest the demons attack and have their way. Stay in control.
What the fuck? Whoa. That was an insane way to kick off the show, man. What the fuck? Wow. And this is track 9. This is fucking track 9. That is gnarly. That is really, really fucking gnarly. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. Especially for like a first time submission, like that's gnarly. This is so sick. Sounds so professional. I agree. I agree. Um wow, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Control. Um wow. So production, man. I mean, the production really, really fucking shines through here. The production is really like what, you know, I don't want to say carries the song, but it really is like up there of like, some of the most insane parts of this track for sure. Um so instrumental wise, mix is perfect. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, especially with something like as active as this is, right? Sometimes it can be very easy to get lost in the mix and have the mix kind of be like a little bit funky, right? But yeah, no gripes with the instrumental mix. Definitely not. Definitely not. Quality was good, levels are good. Everything was solid here, so um no gripes in the instrumental mix. Instrumental shining star though. Um hmm. I think one thing that really kept it fresh for me was the structure, you know? Um and like even like some of like the style switch ups were like really sick, but like I think the structure overall kind of like took the cake for me, for sure. Like it kept the whole track interesting, without a doubt. So I think structure takes it. Um, so instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk vocals. Vocals are just as insane too. Like, it's kind of like mind blowing, like what was done on this song. You know what I mean? It's kind of like wow, like holy shit. But for this kind of like alt rock, like new metal kind of style, fantastic, right? Awesome, awesome. Definitely no gripes. Quality was good, levels were good. Nothing that I would like, super like tweak out on when it comes down to vocals. You know what I mean? So, vocal mix definitely up there. I don't even know what to call this. Besides fire. Yeah, no, it is fire for sure. It is definitely fire. 100%. 100%. I agree. Um, so yeah, I mean, no gripes with the vocal mix, right? Vocal shining star though. Hmm. Probably the flow and cadence and delivery, right? I think the delivery of everything like really kind of like pushed this into the more like emotional side of things, right? So I think flow and cadence and delivery got to take it. I do like the writing, but flow and cadence and delivery is like really like pushing the bar here. So instrumental solid, definitely the structure. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. A very interesting kind of cover, right? Like I mean, for a project titled Overstimulated, I feel like it fits, obviously, right? I feel like it definitely fits. Um, and then artist name bottom mid, you know, I feel like we've all been there, right? I feel like this is an image that you could definitely kind of like relate to in certain aspects of your life, right? So definitely like full project worthy for me, I would say. Definitely kind of like fits the bill for sure. So, aesthetics on point. Overall theme. So control, right? They had said in their caption, fresh from a new album released today, Overstimulated. The track is called Control. It's about addiction and substance abuse. And again, like, sometimes, people don't always, struggle with, um, substances per se when it comes down to drugs, right? Like some people's vices might be food or other like unhealthy habits or, things like that, like so control can really be about almost anything when it comes down to that. You know what I mean? Like because it doesn't necessarily always need to be drugs, right? It definitely can be drugs, right? Like a lot of people definitely have struggled with drugs, but yeah, I feel like you could kind of like put this song towards like almost anything, right? Like whether you struggle with food or your weight or bad habits or smoking or X, Y, or Z. You know what I mean? Like people struggle with all different types of shit. So control is definitely one of those like really good ways to put it, for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Candela Brum. Thank you so much for the submission, my friends. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They are 10 followers away from 70, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every art's featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. So make sure to go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So we left off with the homies Candela. Up next, actually in the order of our patrons, is the homie TDG. We got American Josh, dude. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the streaming family. Sup, how do we request a song? Submissions are open every single Tuesday following the live show. So again, if you want to submit for next week's show, episode 279, make sure you follow us on Twitter or any of our social media. You'll be able to get your submissions in for next week's show, my friend. Yep, exactly. Shout out TDG. Thank you so much. Music Mondays veteran right there. Got Sam's Raps. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Hope you're well. Welcome. So, like I said, up next we have the homie TDG, a wonderfully talented hip-hop artist and producer, came through with a track with a feature, actually. Moonwalk on the beat like a Michael Jack featuring Scotty Moon, product mixed by me. You better know the sample, a Sam and Dave classic. You better know the sample. Okay, we got a little sample guesser in here. All right, bet. I'm down. 4 days ago, so brand spanking new. Again, TDG is an artist that's been on quite the single run, man. They really have kind of carried their weight in 2026. You know what I mean? Like really carried their weight. So, especially if you've been frequenting the show like or the last like month or so, you know that TDG's overall craft has just been really fucking insane. Like really since like the start of 2026, right? But we have a feature track here today with Scotty Moon. I'm coming in, and the cover's actually fucking gnarly. What the fuck? Shout out Bugs Bunny, man. This is great. The quality on this is fucking insane. Super HD, but it has that good like faded look, you know? Good like VHS tape kind of like faded look. Okay, prod TDG. Let's get into it. I'm coming in. Oh, what a good sample. What the fuck?
Moonwalk on the beat like a Michael Jack. Told my son like wife I back. Split the family up like a runaway dad. Went for smoke, took the road. I ain't coming back. I'm like LeBron, but I never leave my heat. Walk him down like Pistol Pete. Blow his ass to smithereens. Barrel hard and blistering. If the game calling, you know my phone better ring. Hold on, I'm coming. Wait up, I'm running. Pop down, this ain't nothing. Didn't even need to stretch. Bars hard off the press. Are you impressed? I hope not, cause me neither. Promised land sees me as a believer. Cause I'll take y'all there and back. Beware, this is facts. Moonwalk on the beat like a Michael Jack. Yo, my son like wife ain't back. Split the family up like a runaway dad. Went for a smoke, took the road. I ain't coming back.
Wow. Such a good sample, too.
Yeah.
Like, really such a good sample.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm coming. It's the Sam and Dave, and we running like the sun, bitch. We sunning these young kids who be stunting, running and becoming in hot. Yeah, I'm still rolling. I took a couple shots. Money in my eyes like a spin shoe pop. Yelling at the window, feeling Tupac. Never win last, cause I never want that. First place only, I only want that. Spit a little rap, now you hear all that. Worst case only brings the power back. Tommy in the trap, I be Tommy on the track. How funny is that? Never falling in the trap. Keep your heads up, cause I know you got it in you. Maybe one day I'll see you at the venue. Maybe.
Damn. Cold. Real fucking cold, man. Wow. Well fucking done. Absolutely well done. I mean, everything about this is great, right? Like, everything from the sample, to the cover, to the feature, to TDG, like, the instrumental itself. I mean, you know, personally, this is probably one of my favorites in the recent months, for sure. Especially as far as, like, a single goes, this one kind of hits for me, for sure. So, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're going to talk about 3 things here. We'll talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of I'm Coming In. So, instrumental. Great sample, classic song. You know, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, shit. You know, so, Definitely solid sample. Um, but the instrumental though is super my flavor. You know, it's hard. The 808's perfect. It's simple. It's gets you like kind of groovy. Like it kind of gets you in the mood, right? It's definitely one of those like get up and go instrumentals. So production wise, I think it's fantastic. Nothing super clashy or too overbearing. Nothing I would like really gripe about when it comes down to the mix. Quality was good. Levels are good. Sound selection is fucking great. Love the 808. Again, nothing that I would really switch up here. You know what I mean? So instrumental mix on point per usual. Um, Instrumental shining star. Um, you know the sample's kind of like that's kind of like an easy win there, right? You know. But I really do like the drums though. I think the drums really fucking take the cake for me. Because you know the sample is the easy answer, right? But I think the drums, or even the structure, you know, you could really argue too. But I think the drums are gonna take the cake for me for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, fantastic. You know, TDG mentioned earlier, new plugins, and wow, crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Nothing that, again, kind of like bog down the mix or anything like that. You know, like the main thing is like, you know, you don't want anything fighting each other, right? When it comes down to the instrumental or other people's vocals or even your own vocals, right? And none of that's here. Crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. TDG did a really good job on this mix. So again, nothing that I would like super tweak about. You know what I mean? So vocal mix extremely solid. Um, Vocal shining star though. Um, hmm. You know, everybody's flow, cadence, and delivery was great too. And then everybody's writing was really solid. You know, like you could argue like quite a few of those, to be real with you. You know? Um, I think for the sake of this though, I think writing and lyrics for both of them, I think for both TDG and Scotty were fantastic. So I think writing and lyrics is a safe go here for sure. So um instrumental solid, definitely drums, vocal solid, definitely the writing lyrics. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Love the fucking cover. Again, like I said, it has that really good like HD crispy quality, but also that good like faded vinyl VHS kind of like, you know, fucked up ass look, which is good. You know what I mean? Perfect for a single too. Like, you know, certain covers just have like a good single vibe, right? And this is one of the ones here that just it just strikes me as a good single cover, right? Um, Simple, straight to the point, but the quality is really like what puts it over for me. You know what I mean? So, aesthetics on point. Overall theme, I'm coming in. I mean, you know, I wouldn't dig too deep for like a super emotional or crazy like intellectual theme on this one. This is one where I feel like TDG and Scotty just really did their thing, you know, and you gotta like really appreciate what they did as artists on this track. You know what I mean? Like this is them showing their skills at their best, you know, for sure. Even down to the production, right? So well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to TDG. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow TDG on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 8 followers away from 1030, and they're approaching 1.1k over there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow TDG on Twitter as well. They're only 5 followers away from 170, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 channels per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, we left off with TDG. Back-to-back Patrons. Actually, we got the homie Ghost up next. Now, Ghost coming through with an unreleased instrumental co-prod with, oh, wow, and it's a Laveries B. Okay. Ghost and Laveries is a legendary Music Mondays duo, my friend, so I'm down. A bit late, but yeah, no, you made it just in time, my friend. No worries. So I'm always down for some unreleased Ghost. I mean, Ghost is one of those producers that we've seen here on the show that is just has a deep fucking bag when it comes down to genre, collabs, even unreleased music, right? So we've seen it all recently. You know, Ghost's submissions have just been fucking insane. You know, like absolutely fucking insane. Speaking of which, we got Ghost in the chat. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Hope you're well. Welcome. Came at just time. Indeed you did. So let's get into it. Unreleased Laveries instrumental, prod by Ghost and the homie Adismo. Let's do it. Potential album.
I think I left my friends, but I don't know.
Is that a ghost on the
Pieces
beat?
of the puzzle overload.
Whoa. What the fuck? Wow. It's gonna be so good this year. This is fucking crazy. Damn. The drums are just like, holy fuck. Wow. Great fade out too. You guys know I'm a good sucker for a fade out, man. Like, man. Alright, so this is nuts. Even the vocal sample is like really fucking crazy. Like really fucking crazy. It'll be so different from the last album. This is just one of those, man. This is one of those where like, again, this is one of my favorites of recent memory, to be honest with you. Like, even the drums are gnarly as fuck too. All right, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So obviously no vocals. We're gonna talk about two things here. Talk about the instrumental and talk about the overall theme of this unreleased Laveri's Potential instrumental. They really did go crazy with the sample. They did. They did. They went fucking ham. I agree. I agree, Ghost. Hell yeah, they did. So instrumental mix. I mean, again, even for where it is now, fantastic. I love the vocals. I love the drums. Like, the patterns are insane. Like, there's really no gripes, to be honest with you. You know, no matter how simple or how complex a Ghost instrumental is, that's one thing that you can always count on them for, is a really solid fucking mix. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one of those things where it's just very standard for Ghost. You know, like, no matter, again, like I said, the genre, the style, how complex or how simple the instrumental is, the mix is always on point. You know what I mean? The mix is always fucking on point, and it's always like a good, listenable, chill, like, good mix. You know, like, what's bumping needs to be bumping, and what's chill needs to be chill. You know, so you can always guarantee that out of Ghost. So instrumental mix extremely solid for sure. Instrumental Shining Star on the other hand. Fuck. I mean, you could argue drums here, right? You can definitely argue drums here for sure, no matter what. But I like the vocal sample a lot. But also, I think even deeper than that, truth be told, I think the structure kind of takes the cake for me. I like how it's structured out. Like, I almost heard Laveri's on this instrumental, right? Because by itself, it's a great instrumental, 100%. But then, like, when it's, you know, factored in with Laveri's, then you're like, oh, shit, you know what I mean? I can really hear Laveri's on this. So I think structure has a big part in that for me. So I think structure is gonna take the cake. You know what I mean? So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk theme. Obviously unreleased, so no cover art yet. But man, did they really nail the like Laveri's kind of like alt style, right? Because like Laveri's doesn't go like full blown alt rock, even though they can. But like they like to like you know get that fine line of like a good mix of both, you know. And this is one of those ones where it's like a good mix of like dark trap, but also like has that good like alt rock flavor as well. You know what I mean? So it's such a good like Laveri's kind of style. You know what I mean? Like I instantly heard Laveri's on this as well. So well done. Absolutely well done. So huge shout out to Homie Ghost. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Of course, make sure you go follow Ghost on Twitter as well. Ghost is quite literally 4 followers away from 520. Make sure you go show him some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every hour is featured in today's episode, and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Money's YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Will you level up around here? Damn right. All good. Glad you like it. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Well done. Yeah, man, Ghost has been fucking on it. Absolutely fucking on it, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's see. We left off with the homie Ghost, and our last, but certainly not least, patron of the night, the homie Jordan. Now, Jordan coming off of their recent project Risk and new project coming out with their collaborative effort of Dead Lighters, came through with another unreleased track, I believe. Let's go pop this up in a new tab in here. Let's go see what Jordan has for us, man. Double Life demo. Okay. I'm down. I'm definitely down. Album rollout now is happening. Let's fucking get it, guys. I'm down. I'm absolutely down for sure. But yeah, Jordan, another artist and producer that is extremely talented, multi-genre styled artist, came through with another unreleased track, actually, Double Life demo. So they've been cooking up some unreleased shit that's been fucking insane recently. You know, like we've heard, I think like 3 or 4 unreleased Jordan tracks as of recently, and they've all like really even like pushed their newer styles further, right? Like even further. So let's get into it. This cover is actually fucking hilarious, dude. Written and produced by Jordan V1. Let's go. Jordan, Double Life demo. I'm in it.
Since the first time in front of a crowd, been a few summers now. Really don't know what's happened. I thought we might take the happiness, go and double it down. First time on stage, like okay, look at me now. I could hardly make a noise, so it was time we had no choice. With the lights dim low, time to start the intro. The plan is keep it simple, TM show with kinfolk. I left the stage, my heart was searching for a steady tempo. It's been instrumental, so important to the story. Now I shape it how I want. I'm terraforming terrible sequences into bearable weeks. And now I'm slurring my speech as I reach past my previous peak. Still not needing to speak. The next time I hit the ground, I was just breaking down concrete. I was working, supervising Sunday morning, I did not sleep. Active situation in the path I was crossing, lucky me.
What the fuck?
When Mac hit my phone last summer, said he had plans for a set. He said it sounded like madness, and I'm so glad that I went. Hopped on stage for a verse, man, every word that I said. Pacing back and forth, it takes time to get out my head. Can't save time, keeping track of how it's spent. Can't waste time, who knows how much we get. It's time I take aim on a path that's more direct. If you're self-talking away, really, what did you expect?
Worst case scenario, if you could hear my every thought. 4 a.m. with no alarm, woke up on a different side with silver pops. Hard to think about the old me, I feel like I still know that guy. And there's something I still owe that guy. Found it was up to me, and I don't ask why. You get what you want from me, but I don't have time. I don't have time.
Damn.
Big smiles, instincts slipping, wish me good luck. Slow down, good things I see right before I wake up. So just trying to take a little power back, I can't ever get enough. Tell me how you like the sound of that, doing better than I was with everything I touch.
I haven't left anything with dust. Just started telling stories that I thought everyone should know. Keeps giving me this feeling, and in due time I hope it grows. I owe you more shows, my morning starts slow. I'm dying for something, won't even stop when I'm ghost. Don't even talk, all I know. Okay, your secret is kept. Okay, I'm saving my breath. Soon to be returning to stage. I forgot I had left, cause I perform every day. Got me tight by the neck, like right by the edge. So anytime that I get inside of my head, I'm full speed ahead. No such thing as starting again. I'm gaining momentum, I learn quick that they'll forget about you if you let 'em.
What the fuck?
Worst case scenario, if you could hear my every thought. 4 a.m. with no alarm, woke up on a different side with silver pots. Hard to think about the old me, I feel like I still know that guy. And there's something I still owe that guy.
Well done. That's a really good sample usage tonight as well, which is just crazy to me. You know, like absolutely crazy. Another great fade out too. Wow. Again, probably best one yet that we've heard. This is fucking insane. This has like every part of Jordan that, um, you know, like it's like they're showing all their skill sets in one track here. You know what I mean? The spoken word rap, you know, the fast paced in your face kind of style and flow. You know what I mean? Like you got it all here. You know, um, and even like the double life too, right? Like being an artist and working a day job. You know, kind of like juggling that back and forth. Like great theme. Um, So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're talking about three things here. Talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Double Life. So, let's see here. So let's talk instrumental. Obviously produced by Jordan. You know, clocking in at 322. So the instrumental, definitely, has some meat to it for sure. But instrumental mix is fantastic. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or anything that would really switch up. You know what I mean? Even for a demo, fantastic. And again, all the sounds are great. Everything complements each other. Nothing's fighting each other. You know, nothing I would really like tweak out about for this one. Again, Jordan's an artist that has a very consistent mix, even with their unreleased and their demos, right? So, not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out for anybody new, right? So, instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Hmm. Um. Again, the kind of lazy answer here is the vocal sample, right? Like, I think the sample's great. Um. But if we're being honest, again, I think I'm gonna have to go with structure. You know, especially with this being, you know, over 3 minutes, it's got to have a structure that's somewhat consistent, but also interesting. And I think Jordan hit both of those marks for me. You know what I mean? So, um, I think structure is gonna take the cake here for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely structure, no doubt. You could argue drums in the sample, but I think structure. Um, so instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk vocals, man. Vocal mix again, even for a demo, fantastic. I love a lot of the small stuff, right? Like a lot of the small mixes, a lot of like the small like you know tweaks and just the small stuff that Jordan did throughout this track that you know it just improves the quality of the song so much. You know what I mean? But um, as far as like levels go, nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Nothing that would even really switch up. You know, even you know with this being a demo in mind, you know, not really that big of a deal, you know what I mean? But nothing that I would like really gripe about, to be honest with you, when it comes down to the vocal mix. You know, I love what Jordan did with this. You know, it's again a very like mature Jordan mix. You know, so vocal mix solid. Um, vocal shining star. Um, it's got to be writing and lyrics, man. I was gonna say flow and cadence and delivery for sure. But I think writing and lyrics are taking the cake here for me. You know, it's like some of Jordan's best, without a doubt. You know, like this is the best of the best from Jordan, for sure. You know, like as far as like packing everything into one song, this is the one, for sure. So, writing and lyrics all day for me. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme. Obviously on release, so we have the default cat meme pick. And it's fantastic. You know what I mean? Great choice. So I love the unreleased choice. This is a W picture choice for sure. Um, but overall theme, I mean, double life demo, right? Kind of like the double life that every artist lives. Like when it comes down to you know, playing shows and working your day job and you know, all sorts of stuff like that. You know, it really does feel like a double life sometimes, you know, because you do have to like somewhat be a regular person, and then you know the freedom of an artist is also something you need as well. You know what I mean? So I think Jordan kind of did a really good job describing like what that means for them. You know what I mean? So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to homie Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud. By the way, they're only 9 followers away from a hundo. That's a W milestone. Of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter as well. They're only 5 followers away from 420. Also a W milestone. So make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel, man. So make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. You already have. Thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Yeah, baby. Alrighty, my friends, that does take care of all of our Music Mondays Patrons for the night. I believe so. So huge shout out to all the Music Mondays Patrons, past and present. You guys are fucking wonderful, my friends. Thank you for keeping Music Mondays afloat. So, you guys know the drill. We're just going to start top from bottom and go through the rest of our community submissions. So, up next we have the homie Lord Slums. Man, I believe it's been quite some time since the homies over at Loop City Slums submitted. I think it's like 2025, maybe 2024, something like that. It's been a long time, but they came through with a track title that Something's Wrong. Here's something from the Slums. I'm down, my friends. I'm absolutely down. Give us a quick pause. Let's pop this open in a new tab. Let's see what we got here, man. Like I said, it's been a long time since we've heard from Loop City Slums, man. It's definitely been a long time, for sure. So let's see here, man. So 720 because we're streaming. Go full volume. Let's get into it. Loop City Slums, Something Wrong.
I feel that energy surging. It's time to get to working. They say to stack that money. I think that paper's worthless. Here comes an election cycle. I feel the evil lurking. They say the economy's up. I see my people hurting. They say there's breaking news. I think they lie on purpose. They call it a united front. I call it an iron curtain. They say they're sending aid. I feel we bear the burden. They say to trust the science, but it don't seem so certain. I'm feeling lost within. I've been forgotten in. They say it's a new beginning. I feel that it never ends. They said to close the border. I guess I'm on the fence. They call it a war on drugs. I call it a loss of friends. They say they're protecting us. I think they're spreading death. They say it's classified, cause that's their best defense. They think they're going viral. I think they're faking trends. They think they're waking up. I think they're making bets. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Damn.
There's something wrong with you. Tell me. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. Tell me.
There's something wrong in this world. I've known it for a long time. Escape when I hit the gym, release when I write my rhymes, and when I pull out my pen, it is Excalibur-like, because I'm cutting off heads, and I'm the lord of the mic. Of course there's wrong in this world. Seems everyone wants to fight, when some sleep with 10 beds, while others struggle at night. Some eat lobster and shrimp, while others only smell bites. I'll be your knight in shining armor, be your beacon of light. I know there's wrong in this world. I can pick up on lies. You think you're blue and red, but getting played by both sides. I know the government's dangerous. You'd almost have to be blind to believe in a system that has secrets to hide. So yeah, there's wrong in this world, and it is not hard to find. While life's running you over, jaded is all in your mind. You need to pull your ass over or keep it between the lines, because negative's easy, but positive is sublime.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
The loop is fucking great. No pun intended.
There's something wrong with you. Tell me. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
About love from the slums.
There's something wrong with you.
What a good message, man. I mean,
Tell me.
hard to argue with this one, right?
It's the mystery
It's important shit.
that you know. Talk to me.
I didn't hear anything crazy in this, you know what I mean? Oh shit, we actually got another minute. Hold up.
Almost had to drop it 9 octaves.
Good quote. Melody is so good.
Didn't I treat you right now? Didn't I? Didn't I do the best I could now? Didn't I give you everything, baby? I tried my best just to be a man.
Mint. Fucking mint. That was great, man. That was great. I love the outro too, man. Like a good shout there. This is one of those more like, again, hard to argue with tracks, you know? Like I didn't see anything wrong with this at all as far as like facts go, you know? Like this was all facts, you know? Like everything they said was great. Like man, the video was awesome too. Like there's a few things to break down here. So let's talk about it. And we're talking about 3 things. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the official video for Something Wrong. So instrumental, simple but straight to the point. And I don't think you need a crazy instrumental for a song with this kind of message, right? If you're really trying to like talk your shit and say some real shit, a simple but effective melody works wonders. And this is what they did here, right? So, love the choice. Mix is great, of course. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or nothing that's really like fighting with each other or anything like that, right? So, instrumental mix definitely hit the mark for me, for sure. Instrumental shining star, obviously the melody, right? Or the sample, but definitely the melody, 100%. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. So vocal mix is perfect. You know, nothing even thinking about it that I would like ultimately change, right? I mean, nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or anything that like kind of wigged out on me or that I would change, you know what I mean? Especially for this kind of style and the message, you want crisp, clean, clear vocals, and that's exactly what we got here. And I think they both did a really good job. So, a vocal mix right where it needs to be, for sure. A vocal shining star, obviously the writing and lyrics, right? I think the writing and lyrics are super meaningful. And it's coming from their hearts, right? Because it's, you know, it's the reality of the world, but also like it's the way that you say it and the way that you break it down that means more. And I think they broke it down pretty well. So definitely writing lyrics for me, for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk about the official video for Something Wrong. These two have the coolest use for a green screen, and they get the most use out of it than I've seen almost in all of the underground. You know what I mean? Like they do really well with their green screen, and this is one of the ones where the message in the background means so much for a track like this, right? So and then you double down and make it all black and white, and it's simple, straight to the point. They're delivering a message, you know, so there's no like high profile editing that's kind of like taking away from the message at all. You know, same thing with the instrumental, right? Like you don't want a hopped up instrumental that kind of like takes away from the message. Same thing with the video, you know, and the video does that same thing where it's not taking away from the message, and even in the background it's adding to it, right? So shining star for the video, man, definitely the editing. Simple but effective, right? The black and white, the background, fantastic. You know what I mean? Fantastic. So, well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to the homies over at Loop City Slums. Thank you so much for the submission, my friends. Much love. Make sure you go subscribe to their YouTube channel, just like Music Mondays just did. They're only 9 subs away from 290, so make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Lord Slums on Twitter as well. They're approaching 4.3K over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Get it, baby. So we're about halfway through the show and halfway through our submission. So I'm gonna need all you guys to get up, go stretch your legs, go get a snack, go take a water break, go take a smoke break, and when we return, We're going to take a quick commercial break, and like I said, when we return, we're going to dive into the rest of our community submissions, my friends, so don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays Podcast, episode 278. Hope you had a good break, hope you're chilling, but let's dive right back into the rest of our community reviews. Okay, so looks like we left off with the homie Lord Slums, and we already did Candela Brum. Shout out them, new Music Mondays Patreon. Up next actually is the Single Digits, a wonderfully talented alternative artist came through with a track titled Gonna Be a Good Day. New song in time for the summer for the new album releasing on May 29th. Thanks, which is actually this Friday at the time of this recording, so I'm down. I'm down. The recent single digit submissions have just been fucking nuts, so I have no doubt that this is gonna be insane, man. Like, I have no doubt at all. You know what I mean? Alright. Go 720. 7 days ago, brand spanking new. Gonna Be a Good Day from the album Rubbish. I'm down. Let's get into it.
Had more than I can handle. Little too much Jack Daniels. Stop when I say when. Sun's out, I'll try and gamble. See if I'll be able to not burn again. Gonna be a good day, rain or shine. Got a cold beer with a slice of lime. Gonna be a good day, that's no lie. Gonna be a good day, how about that? Got a little coke with a splash of Jack. Gonna be a good day, that's a fact.
Love it.
Waves sing along with the breeze. It's 99 degrees. Got the cure for that. Ooh. Got a 12-pack on ice. Got no plans for tonight. This is it for me.
Hell yeah.
Gonna be a good day, rain or shine. Got a cold beer with a slice of lime. Gonna be a good day, that's no lie. Gonna be a good day, how about that? Got a little coke with a splash of Jack. Gonna be a good day, that's a fact. Gonna be a good day, rain or shine. Got a cold beer with a slice of lime. Gonna be a good day, that's no lie. Gonna be a good day, how about that? Got a little coke with a splash of Jack. Gonna be a good day, that's a fact.
You know, it's hard, man. Like, those are just one of those songs that you, like, everybody loves. You know what I mean? It's so easy to get behind because it just puts you in such a good mood. You know what I mean? And I agree, Sam's Raz. I agree 100%, my friend. I agree. Um, but yeah, this one just, what'd they say in their caption? New song in time for the summer. Yeah, no, literally, this is such a summer anthem. It's not even funny. Well, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of "Gonna Be a Good Day." So, instrumental, simple, straight to the point, fantastic for something like this. You know what I mean? But also like very like uplifting, good vibes. You know, and not corny good vibes either. Just like really good vibes. So, I love the instrumental. Instrumental makes it solid though. Nothing like super clashy, too overbearing, or anything that I would like really switch up. You know what I mean? especially for something like this, right? Simple, straight to the point, fantastic. So, instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star, on the other hand. I mean, the melody's got to be it, right? Like the melody, like completely like sets the tone for this. You know, like if we're being like really honest, I think melody obviously takes a cake here for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely a melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, fantastic. I mean, the Single Digits always has a really solid vocal mix, no matter the style. Whether it's more like a heavier rock or it's more of like a softer acoustic rock like this. You know what I mean? Like their vocal mix is always on point. So, definitely no gripes here, especially like in regards to quality and levels as well. So, vocal mix very much on point. Vocal shining star. I mean, you could kind of argue the hook, right? But for being honest, I think just writing and lyrics in general gotta take the cake here. You know what I mean? I think the Single Digits did a really good job with the writing on this. So, instrumental solid, definitely melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, fantastic, especially with the lyrics added, right? Like a simple lyric video in the background goes a long way. You know what I mean? It goes a long fucking way. And it doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be crazy or anything like that. Even just throwing this up there for a single is great. You know what I mean? So I love the kind of extra effort put in from the Single Digits, man. But as far as like aesthetics go, good vibes, like it says on the can, you know what I mean? Like really good vibes. You know, the surfboard, the ocean, it has that good like Hawaii kind of feel for sure, no doubt. So like for like a summer anthem, I mean, come on, it fits perfectly, right? So aesthetics on point. Overall theme, gonna be a good day. I mean, quite literally in the title, gonna be a good day. You know what I mean? And the Single Digits kind of describes, you know, an easy, like, chill summer day for most people. You know what I mean? Like, so I think they did a good job kind of diving into it and like really hitting like the summer feel. You know what I mean? It's slow, it's chill. It like makes you get in that summer mode. You know what I mean? So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie, the Single Digits. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel, by the way. They're only 5 subs away from 70. And of course, make sure you go show them some love on Twitter as well. They're only 8 followers away from 500. That's a W fucking milestone. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good chats over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, we left off the homie Single Digits. Up next is the homie Sam's Raps, a wonderfully talented hip-hop artist. Came to with a track titled Says Cypher. Last one from Bully's Manifesto that I'm on. I'm down. Yeah, so we've been diving into this album over the last couple weeks, man. And all the songs that Sam's Raps has been on are fucking insane. Like, absolutely insane. But we got one left here. And it's called Says Cypher. Hook from Sam's Raps, verses from Shu and Oogie, prod by the homie Grant. I'm down. Let's get into it. Let's see what track number this is. Take a peek here. So yeah, we've dove into the Bullies Manifesto quite a bit over the last couple weeks. But this is actually track 9. I'm down. Let's get into it. This is about to be crazy, watch. For sure.
Everything tied but the baseline. Let it walk on my but never let it get away from you. Away from you. Yeah. Everything fried, even stakes high. Passing off the blunt, like, let me take all of that away from you. Away from you.
Yo, look, go ahead and take some of this weight from me. Yeah, it's not like I didn't see it coming. I've been carrying all this pressure in my chest and my heartbeat still drumming. I've been running from the noise, but the noise keeping something buzzing. Trying to keep my calm intact when this world keep on pushing on my motherfucking buttons. I had days where the walls feeling like they're closing in with every breath. I told myself I need a minute just to center out what's left. A couple pulls from the blunt, not to hide, just to forget, and just enough to let my mind disconnect. And I ain't folding, I just learned how to lighten up the load. Leave the doubts in the ash when I Wu-Tang pull on this motherfucking roach like. Oh, that kinda hurt. Man, stop being a bitch. Oh shit. Yo. Wanna get high? Yeah.
Everything tied with the baseline. Let it walk 'em out, but never let it get away from you. Away from you. Everything fried, even takes time. Passing off the blunt, like, let me take all of that away from you. Away from you.
Yo, sparking that shit, starting my day. Fuck it, I'm rolling a pack of the haze. Passing the 40s around to the homies, and honestly, I feel amazing. Nothing to stress, smoking that cess. Look what we did, this life is a blessing. We came from the money, I'll never forget, but it's time to put all of them shadows to rest. Mentally, this year, fuck, but my spirit maintained. Blowing nose to the brain. Flipping the sin and I'm rolling up, tank with a spin. I'm slithering into the infinite bliss of the Buddha. My God, what I give for a chick with a suit. They say, Oggy so this, Oggy so that, Oggy so sick, Oggy so wet. Man, if I listen to haters, I never find peace. So I'm clutching my peace and I'm minding my business. Rolling one up and I'm twerking that shit like it's kids, man.
Everything tied with the baseline. Let it walk 'em out, but never let it get away from you. Away from you. Everything fried, even takes time. Passing off the blunt, like, let me take all of that away from you. Away from you.
Well done. Well done. Again, it has that really good cypher feel, you know what I mean? And obviously with the title, that's what they were going for, right? And man, it totally feels like that, you know? It has a good cypher feel to it. Everybody's style's a little bit different. Everybody just kind of like did their thing on this, you know what I mean? It's a very like loose kind of track, which is what makes it really entertaining, right? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of Cess Cypher. So, instrumental. I mean, fantastic. It has that good like cypher feel to it. It's a nice like open instrumental. So like almost any artist can do whatever they want on it, right? So, perfect choice for this style of track, definitely. But the mix is great. Nothing like super clashy to overbearing. I mean, everything from Sauce Gang and Sam's Raps has always had a very solid mix. You know what I mean? I can't even recall one time where the mix was kind of iffy. You know what I mean? Like even for the unreleased and the demos, the mix is solid. So, instrumental mix right up there. Nothing I would like super switch up on this one. Definitely not. Quality was good. Levels were good. Again, nothing to really like gripe about there. Instrumental shining star got to be the melody, right? I think the melody kind of brings that cool vibe. You know, it's a very like laid back kind of chill instrumental, but also like it leaves like a lot of space to kind of get a little bit rowdy too. So instrumental shining star got to be the melody for sure. Vocals, vocal mix again across the board fantastic. You know, like I always say with Sauce Gang, man, like their mix overall in general, like no matter what, you can always count on. You know, you can really always count on it. So this is another one where the mix was very much on point, especially with everything else that we've heard from the Bullies Manifesto. I feel like the mix is fucking on point for sure. So, vocal mix right where it needs to be, especially like with everybody's verses, you know, back to back. Very solid. Vocal shining star. I was gonna say writing, right? But I think Flow and Cadence and delivery was very stylish, you know, and it was very rememberable. And it gave it that cypher kind of feel. So I think flow and cadence and delivery is gonna take the cake here for this one for me. I mean, you could argue writing and lyrics, right? But I think flow and cadence and delivery was so loose, and it really gave that good like cypher feel, you know. So instrumental, definitely the melody, vocals, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics, the Bullies Manifesto. This is a cover that I spoke about a few times actually, but again, I can't get enough of just because it screamed album to me. You know what I mean? It's such an album cover, but also like I say every week, like my favorite part about this is how the Bullies Manifesto looks almost like etched into this like leather cover, and it just, I don't know, like it just does it for me, right? It's just one of those covers that you always remember, you know what I mean? And you're like, ah, album, you know, like you just associate it, you know. So aesthetics very much on point. Overall theme, says Cypher. I mean, not one you want to dig like a super deep, meaningful theme for, right? I think everybody kind of did their thing on this, and this is one of those ones where you just have to appreciate Sauce Gang and what they offer on this one, because it really does give that good like Cypher feel to it. You know what I mean? So, well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to Sam's Raps and Sauce Gang. Make sure you go follow all of them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Sam's Raps on Twitter as well. They are posting 1.2K on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Yep. Already have. Thank you. We appreciate you here at Mondays. Yeah, baby. Another fucking insane submission from Sam's Raps, man. Another fucking insane submission. But we left off with Sam's Raps. Up next is the homie Waz, aka Wazinator, coming through with a SoundCloud track. Probably too late for this, but I want to submit anyway. My track again and again off my latest mixtape, I'm Down. Now, Waz, being an extremely talented hip hop artist, came through with a SoundCloud track, and it's been a while since we heard from them. I want to say like a couple months or so. You know what I mean? So let's go see what Waz is up to, man. Let's go see what Waz is up to. I'm absolutely down. Actually, they just made SoundCloud something with this track as well, so this will be a great time for us to kind of react to it here live on the show. So I'm excited. Let's see here. So they said it was off their latest project. Let's see here. Can't shadow ban the shine. W. Fucking W. I love that. I love that. And they submitted track 3 again and again. Okay, I'm down. Just Waz again and again. Let's go. Just Waz, actually, which is like, I think it's like a first time for us, or maybe we've definitely reacted to some Waz production before, but it's been a while.
Yeah. The street signs were rusty and worn, can only guess what was around the corner. Sinking in my shoes, concerned, they stink when I take them off. Working hard, it burns, running oh so fast. The thoughts like water coming down the rocks. I'm standing at the mountainside, wondering what's up top. One day I'll reach, I didn't realize today I'm damn near close to the peak. Illusions got me out of the moment, confusion from feeling hopeless. I'm posting and posting and posting, what's the point? They got the algorithm broken. It's all ads, they're spying, it's obvious in the open. Might go work at Lumen and run away like Irving. 4-point play I'm serving, they got the do not disturb sign on their door, but inside they're hardly working. That was me to the core, lacking purpose. Meditations in the front row of the circus. New morning sliding, one day I decided it's worth it. 9 to 5 got me bleeding, it's a serpent. Getting high more, got a girl so no one's nervous. Before I dated her, my state was disturbing. We all need to confide in a person. Shit. I was running that moment over again and again and again and again and again. Too much. No, I was running conversations over again and again and again in my head. Too much. Showboat sink in the ocean while fascism gets a promotion. Holy Ghost inside me like ibuprofen, keep my 2 feet in motion. Cold summers, warm winters, driving reckless. I love experiences that make us all feel connected. Tremendous effort at my next gig. Grip the mic like a fat kid with Nesquik. Never feckless, see an opportunity, grab it by the necklace. Tuning out the train with Benny Goodman. Streets an analogy for life, they stay pushing like a good wind. Divine views from a rooftop in Bushwick, I've seen a few of them. Nothing's free, said you unsure, that feeling ain't new to me. Take a few to remember you're not the same, and in life nothing's perfection, truthfully. I was running that moment over again and again and again and again and again. Too much. No, I was running conversations over again and again and again in my head. Too much.
Wow. Talk about talking that talk, man. Talking that talk, holy shit. Well done. I mean, that's obviously a highlight of the project, right? I mean, that's fucking insane. You know, the fade out's great too. Like, holy shit. Wow. All right. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. And talk about the overall theme of Again and Again. Instrumental, simple but straight to the point. Prod by Just Waz. So, really solid. But one of those instrumentals that works for Waz. You know what I mean? Like they knew like what they wanted to do with this. You know, so the production's very much on point because it was very intentional, right? So instrumental mix though, nothing like super clashy or too overbearing. Nothing I would like really switch up on this. I mean, the sample is a very big part about this, right? So, no real gripes. You know what I mean? Nothing to really like super bitch about there. Um, so instrumental mix very much on point. Instrumental Shining Star. I mean, it's got to be the sample, right? The sample is almost like a feature, and the way that Waz kind of like works with it back and forth is great. You know what I mean? So I think the sample's really gonna take the cake here on this one for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely sample. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fantastic. Nothing like super to really gripe about. You know what I mean? Like levels were good, quality was good, Waz sounds good. On the instrumental, everything cuts through nicely. Nothing's really like fighting for space. You know what I mean? So vocal mix right where it needs to be. Again, Waz is an artist that also has a very consistent vocal mix. You know what I mean? It's very rare that we've seen anything from Waz that wasn't like a demo or unreleased that would like kind of like had like an iffy mix on it. You know, so they're definitely very consistent in that regard for sure. So vocal mix on point. A vocal Shining Star. Got to be writing the lyrics, right? I mean, they were walking on this and they were talking for sure. So I think writing the lyrics got to take the cake. You could argue flow and cadence and delivery for sure, but I think writing and lyrics are taking it for me. So instrumental solid, definitely a sample. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Wow, what an interesting cover this is. What a trippy fucking cover this is, by the way. But I love it. Very much EP album worthy for sure. I think the Shining Star here is the overall like aesthetic of it, right? Like the eyeball is fucking crazy, but this is one of those ones where, again, like, the more you look at it, the more detail you kind of see, right? Like, especially, like, the skyline and just, like, you know, the dude chilling on the rock. Like, there's just so much small stuff about this that's, like, holy shit. You know what I mean? So, aesthetics very much on point. Very much album-worthy, I would argue, for sure. Overall theme, again and again. You know, repeating cycles loosely, but again, this is one where Waz was really just talking their talk. You know what I mean? This is one where they kind of showed what they can do as an artist as far as like a simple instrumental goes and really flexed their muscles on this one for sure. So not one that I would dig super deep for a theme for. This is one where you just got to enjoy Waz as an artist, right? So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Waz. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 2 followers away from 520. And of course, make sure you go follow Waz on Twitter as well. They're approaching 1.1K over there in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there. Channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Get it, baby. Alrighty, my friends, we left off the homie Waz. Up next is the homie Dirty Animal, a wonderfully talented hip-hop artist, came through with a track titled Echoes. Appreciate your time. Always appreciate your submission, my friend. Now, Dirty Animal being a relatively newer artist who started submitting to Music Mondays, I believe we've only reacted to less than like 5 of their tracks, right? So, this week they came through with Echoes, so I'm down. Let's pop this over a new tab. Let's see what we got here from the homie Dirty Animal. I'm down. Echoes. Let's get into it.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do this anymore.
Cover's sick as fuck.
I tried talking to God, but he ain't talking back. Everybody that's gone, and you won't want him back. You could catch me in the graveyard, chilling where they buried him. When the wind blows, I can hear their voices echoing. They're telling me to slow down before I crash out. Knowing any time that I ride could be my last route. Go on and put the bottle down for you black out. I was speaking with spirits before I passed out. Coming up young, trying to make an impression. We were ready to play, they had us waiting on benches. At night with the lights on, dice by the fences. Getting game from the OGs, hustlers and henchmen. We thought we knew it all, still learning them lessons. Just hearing the words without receiving the message. Like how to deal with death and people getting
fucking, this guy's tracks are just different, man. That's got it all. They almost feel like diary entries, you know? I love the beat too. Put that shit right out too, yep. Well done. This one's fucking sick. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Well done. This is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this is really, really fucking crazy. Again, it just felt like a diary or journal entry. You know what I mean? It really, really did. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. Talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Echoes. So, instrumental, love the choice. Has that good, dark, dirty trap feel to it. But the mix is great, man. The mix is fucking tight, you know? Like, those kicks you could just hear, like, in your fucking soul. You know what I mean? So, instrumental mix, awesome. No gripes there. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Nothing I would, like, ultimately change on the instrumental, right? Instrumental Shining Star. You know, speaking of the kicks, it's got to be the drums. The drums take it for me. I feel like the melody definitely does set the mood, but the drums just are such a big part of this. You know, such a big part of this. So, instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, again, fantastic. You know, we've only done a handful of Dirty Animal reactions, and all of their mixes have been fucking fantastic, whether that be collabs or anything else. Their mix, especially when it comes to their vocals, is fantastic. You know what I mean? Definitely no gripes with the vocal mix whatsoever. No way. Crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Even like the smaller stuff with like some of the effects is just amazing. You know, like it really adds to the song. So, vocal mix very much on point for sure. Vocal Shining Star, writing 100%, 100% writing. I mean, you could argue flow and cadence and delivery here, but the writing is literally a journal. You know what I mean? Like the writing is fucking crazy, and the way that they kind of deliver it makes it even better. But I think writing for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyric. Let's talk theme aesthetics. You know, the graveyard picks are always insane, right? Because especially now hearing the song, this cover makes 10 times more sense, right? And you know, Dirty Animal's talking a lot about real life shit, right? When it comes down to death and jail and struggle and, you know, stuff that they've obviously dealt with and how they deal with it, right? So I feel like graveyard pick is always a good play, right? Perfect for a single too. I mean, Dirty Animal top left, Echoes top right, prod by the homie Problematic bottom middle. So perfect for a single for sure. Overall theme, Echoes, right? I mean, you know, it really is that deep about, you know, it's not like hearing voices, but you hear things that like you know you should be doing, or your mind telling you to do better, and it echoes throughout, you know, your time that you're still fucking up. You know what I mean? So I feel like Echoes again felt like just such a deep diary and journal entry from Dirty Animal, you know, and them just being completely honest on the track. And like I always say, man, music for artists is a therapy, and this is one of those like really good things about it, is that like, you know, sometimes like you don't even really have to release a song if you don't want to, you know, but just the fact that you're writing it down and able to record and perform it is like super fucking important for your mental health, right? Especially if you're an artist, right? Because that's what you're meant to do. So I feel like Dirty Animal does a really good job like putting their thoughts onto paper, and then of course eventually into a song, right? So well done, my friend. Well done. A huge shout out to the homie Dirty Animal. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify, and of course make sure you go follow Dirty Animal on Twitter as well. They're only 6 followers away from 230, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Money's YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. Just make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So I believe we have a first time submitting artist up next. So we left off the homie Dirty Animal. Up next is Moo You Hey Freestyle. Okay, I am Moo You. I love that name. Holy shit, that's fire. They love artist, songwriter, producer, student of life, and forward free thinker. All booking. Love that. Great bio. Absolutely great bio. But a first time submitting artist, right? So we're gonna dive in fresh, and we're gonna see what we got here. I'm down. Hey Freestyle. Okay. I'm with it. Alright, let's give it a quick pause here. Go 720. Go full volume. let's get into it. First time submitting artist, Muyu. Hey, freestyle. Let's go.
Yeah, man, you know what it is. You tapped in, tuned in, locked in to the greatest show on earth. We doing it for TV. Smooth you know what I'm talking about?
That's a good name.
I'm coming down on 45, acting big like a rug rat. That's a trash hoe, I'm a pass, bro, like a sober nigga with a drug test. Fuck nigga try to play with me, I fucked around and got upset. What's next? Said a prayer, turn his life into a fuck fest. If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. I ain't heard of love, nigga, what's that? They say I ate, but I'm still hungry. I ain't even had lunch yet. You dealing with a real ass nigga, my spirit team will kill that nigga. I ain't go with no haircut and don't shave, but still take your bitch, cause I'm still that nigga. Nigga, I look better, I speak better, I think better. There's nothing that I do that you cannot do. Simply put, I'm a better specimen than a man than you. You already lost, my nigga, if you think this a competition. Fuck all your useless thoughts, this is food for thought. Now you can go wash the dishes, yeah.
Wow. Well done. Well done. Great use of this footage, too, you know what I mean? Like, really well done. See, that's a crazy first time submission, man. That's a crazy fucking first time submission. Alright, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we'll talk about vocals, and talk about the official lyric video for Hey Freestyle. So instrumental, I like the choice for a freestyle. You know what I mean? Fast paced, in your face, but also kind of like uplifting as well. Put you in a good mood, bouncy, almost like pop like, right? I love the choice. Instrumental mix though, great. Nothing like super clashy, too overbearing, or anything that I would like ultimately switch up, right? I think Muyu sounds really good on it. Sound selection was great on the instrumental, so nothing that like really kind of tweaked me out, you know. So instrumental mix up there. Instrumental shining star. Probably the melodies. I feel like the melodies bring a lot of this like, you know, fast paced kind of mood. You know what I mean? So I gotta go melodies for this one, man. You could argue structure, but I think melodies for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely melodies. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix fantastic, especially for a first time submitting artist, right? Like the vocal mix is very much up there. Quality is good, levels are good. Nothing like, you know, again that I could really gripe about, you know, especially for a first time submitting artist. Again, drums cut through nicely. Muyu sounds really good on the instrumental. Everything cuts through nicely, so nothing that I would like really gripe about. You know what I mean? So vocal mix definitely up there for sure. Vocal shining star. I think flow and cadence and delivery kind of takes the cake for me. I do like the writing, but I think how Muyu kind of like delivered everything was really fucking solid. You know what I mean? So I think flow and cadence and delivery takes it for me for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely melodies. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the official lyric video for Hey Freestyle. I love the clips. You know what I mean? Rich, gambling, kind of like entrepreneur-esque kind of montage, right? But nothing like too crazy, right? And then the lyrics kind of take the cake that you know, really keep the video active, you know. So I think shining star outside of the clips here has got to be the lyrics, you know. I think the lyrics and how they're edited kind of make this as entertaining as possible, but doesn't take away from the visual, right? So I think the overall editing and the lyrics kind of take the cake for me for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Homie Muyu. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're approaching 1.3K over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Muyu on Twitter as well. They are approaching 11K actually. They're approaching 11K soon. So make sure you go follow Muyu on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all the good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, up next would be the homie TDG, Ghost, and Jordan, but they all three are Music Mondays Patreon, so we've already reacted to them earlier in the show, so make sure you go check out the beginning of episode 278 if you'd like to see us react to them as well. But last but certainly not least is the homie Offspring Mysterious came through with a new art submission. Now, Offspring being a multi-talented producer, writer, designer, editor, literally all of the above, has came through with a new art piece, so let's see what we got here from the homie Offspring Mysterious, man. Let's close the cam up real quick so we can get the full experience here. Yeah, see, this looked like a piece that we saw in one of their recent uploads, and this one goes fucking hard. I love the split of this one. You know what I mean? I really, really love the split of this one. This one kind of really does it for me. Definitely like profile picture material too, right? But that's the thing with Offspring, man. They're multi-talented artists. You know what I mean? Like they can do a lot. You know, especially all solo DIY. You know, Offspring is extremely talented. You know, and this is one of those pieces, man, that I just really, really enjoyed. You know what I mean? Aesthetically, the idea of it all, but also the overall editing, right? Um, Shining Star here, got to be the quality, right? Got to be the quality. I do love the concept, but I think the quality is like Shining Star. You know, Offspring does such a good job. Literally. Well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the Only Offspring series. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Twitter, by the way. Offspring is only 4 followers away from 810. Make sure you go show them some love on the bird at my friends. And of course, everywhere it's featured in today's episode. And every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 350 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good chats over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. So, let's close it out. Let's show some love. Let's give some shout outs, my friends, and all that good jazz. First off, huge shout out to anybody that came through and showed love to tonight's Music Mondays podcast episode. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Even if you just lurked and chilled, I appreciate you. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost. Huge shout out to the homie TDG. Huge shout out to American Josh. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream family, my friend. Huge shout out to the homie Sam's Raps. And again, anybody else that lurked and chilled, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting Music Mondays. Huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays patrons as well. The homie Jordan, Lavaries, Ryuki, Ghost, TDG, and the homie Campland. And of course, our brand new Patreon, Candela Brom. Thank you guys so much for being Music Mondays patrons. And huge shout out to everybody that did submit tonight. Huge shout out to Lord Slums, Candlebrum, Single Digits, Sam's Raps, the homie Just Was, Dirty Animal, Muyu, TDG, Ghost, Jordan, Offspring Mysterious, and the homie VR, who actually does not follow Music Mondays. So again, make sure you're following the Music Mondays Twitter page before you do submit, my friends. But with that said, massive shout out to all you guys. You guys are fucking wonderful. And again, huge shout out to anybody that came through and showed love. I fucking appreciate you. This episode will be available on the Music Mondays Patreon tonight if you want to clip it, record it, download it, or anything like that. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. And then, of course, huge shout out to anybody that does subscribe to the Music Mondays Patreon. You guys are fucking wonderful. And then, of course, you can find all the Music Mondays podcast episodes on all audio platforms every single Thursday. And, of course, anchor.fm/allmusicmondays. All 270 plus episodes are available on all audio platforms. Of course, this episode will be available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel this Saturday, so make sure you keep an eye out for that as well. And, of course, I quite literally stream 5 to 6 days a week, so make sure you come through and kick it with the kid. And, of course, make sure you follow Music Mondays on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook, wherever you're at, we're at. So make sure you go follow Music Mondays on your favorite social media platform. And like I said, of course, I stream 5 to 6 days a week, man. So make sure you come through, kick it with the kids, speedrunning stuff, watch party stuff, all that good jazz. And then, of course, the home of the Music Mondays podcast. Make sure you come through and kick it. And then, of course, make sure you follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All my socials, all the good jazz is linked down below. I'll be live tomorrow for a regular stream, and then we'll be live next week for episode 279 of the Music Mondays podcast. It's your boy, Psalm Slays. Love you all. Take care. Be safe. And we'll see you next time, baby.